The Real Housewives of New York City recap, Nutcracker Suite. We start back in the Berkshires where Carol and Bethany are still having their fight about everything and nothing. It really took a turn when Carol says Bethany started talking trash about Adam and calling him an operator, and Luann pipes up with, "He is an operator." "He left my niece to get with you and you wouldn't have met him without me." Luann has always hated Adam, or at least how Carol and Adam met, and takes every opportunity to diss him. "He's just a boy from the Midwest," she tells Sonia Tremont Morgan of the Roto-Rooter Morgans, under her breath. Well, Luann is nothing but a nurse from Connecticut, so what does that even mean? Then the fight takes another turn when Carol tells the group, apropos of nothing, that Bethany called Luann a loser. Her reaction to being called a loser is the sort of spit-shine silver gravy boat that we've come to expect from this series. "If I'm a loser, then the rest of the world is fucked," she says, even as the world knows about her upcoming arrest, rehab stint, plea bargain, and not entirely unfortunate mugshot. "We shouldn't be too hard on the Countess. But then, when Bethany is trying to explain why she is upset with Carol, Luann just shimmies out of the room, rocking her boa from side to side, and saying loser over and over again as if she's doing Beck karaoke and no one else can hear the song. The Berkshires are a mess as always, with Bethany and Carol trying to talk about their differences but not really addressing them at all. Bethany thinks Carol cares more about her clothes, her hair, selfies, and pretending to be young, while Bethany cares about, Puerto Rico and whatever that business of hers is called because she never brings it up. Carol thinks Bethany is mean to her and didn't tell her what she really thinks of Adam. Meanwhile, downstairs, the women are twerking, bumping and grinding, and doing dog piles on Dorinda's purple velvet couch. These women are one bon iva away from something really bad happening to one of their limbs. Lucidly, we have Dorinda here to distract us and make it nice. This she accomplishes by smashing herself in the face with a cake while the candles are still lit. Luckily for her, there is some strange man in the background whose presence has not been explained. Is he the caterer? Is he one of the dead guests from last week's murder mystery party? Is he a cameraman that these women have roped into their strange games? We'll never know. Before we get to Bethany's Christmas party, we need to take a moment to reflect on Sonia's visit with her contractor. This is, verbatim, what she tells her contractor, a nice man named Leo who is not being paid nearly enough. I also forgot to told you I had sex on the sink in the staff room downstairs. Like back in 2008. You know. I had some hedge funds over, and I got up on the sink and it came off the wall, and can you just stick that on? But I did glue the towel holder back on. You know, the towel holder in the sink. You know. There is so much to unpack here, the use of hedge funds, the fact that she has not repaired her sink from a sex accident for an entire decade, that there is a place designated as a staff room. And this is not a Pret-a-Manger location, that she mimes being reamed on the sink while holding on to the towel holder in explanation of how it got ripped off the wall. I love Sonia T. Morgan so much and she will once and forever be my favorite floozy. Next, everyone goes to Bethany's holiday party, and everyone looks absolutely gorgeous, except for Dorinda, who seems to have applied her makeup with a trowel that Sonia's contractor left lying around. Sonia especially looks fresh and nearly makeup-free in a cute navy dress. Bethany looks great in a sparkly gold number, and Ramona, announcing her skincare line, looks as dewy as a red Solo cup left out overnight next to a hot tub in Montauk. Several fights come out of this little pointless party and I would like to adjudicate them all now. First is the fight between Dorinda and Bethany. Dorinda has her holiday decorator find Bethany the 1,000 Schwartz life-size Nutcracker left in America because her daughter was in love with it. When he brings it in, Bethany freaks out, but apparently Dorinda doesn't think she got enough thanks. Bethany does say to her that Dorinda saved Christmas, but apparently she was looking for more? I don't know. I'm on Bethany's side in this one. Dorinda got her due. The next fight is between Ramona and Bethany, though it's stoked by Carol at the Red Cross party the next day. When Ramona unwraps her gift and sees its skincare products, she tells the women she was working on a skincare line. When she offers the products to Luann later and brings it up again, Bethany accuses Ramona of turning it into an infomercial. When Bethany calls Ramona to talk to her about stepping into the fight between Bethany and Carol, Ramona yells at her and tells her it's rich that Bethany accused her of an infomercial when we have to listen to Bethany ramble about every single one of her products on national television. A fucking men, sister. I'm going to call this one a draw, though. While Ramona's right to be upset at the way Bethany behaved, the way she dismissed her on the phone is a little less than savory. The final fight is the one between Carol and Bethany, where Bethany asks the other woman if Carol seemed sad after she left. I think I need to call this one a draw as well. Carol did seem off at the party, but what Bethany doesn't realize is that it's because Carol is still smarting from her interaction in the Berkshires. Bethany is legitimately concerned about her friend, but she's going about it in all the wrong ways. As Carol says, if she thought she was sad, why not pull her aside and ask her what's going on or check in about her breakup from Adam? Yes, Bethany handled the whole thing poorly, but I believe her intentions were really in the right place. We find out about all of these fights the next day at Luann's Red Cross event, where she enlists all of the women to come and donate blood. The problem is, none of them can donate. First of all, they were all in Mexico a year ago, so they can't give blood because of Zika. Carol also can't give blood because she's under the weight requirement. Sonia can't have blood drawn because of the various and sundry limitations against people who have anal sex, sex with foreigners, or anal sex with foreigners, all things that we've heard Sonia talk about doing on national television. This event, therefore, becomes about the women standing around in some sad Red Cross donation room and annoying the hell out of the nice men and women who have shown up to actually donate their blood. Sonia, dressed in a magenta sequin cocktail dress, is gabbing on with some women who doesn't know her and looks like she'd rather be waterboarded in a Perkins bathroom than talk to Sonia for one more moment. Ramona and Carol are off in a corner conspiring about their grievances with the other women. Dorinda and Luann stand around drinking the tiny cans of juice and eating the shepherd's pie that's supposed to be reserved for those who need to recover from giving blood.